where Sasquatch is. Does anybody believe in Sasquatch? Is it Sasquatch or Sasquatch? Some people say it's Sasquatch. And then they say, oh, this place is squatchy. It's like the Sasquatch is around a Sasquatch. Or what the flip? Oh, hey! Hello there. I'm Garrison. And nope, no Sasquatches. Guess what? You're not Garrison. That's right. I'm Garrison. And you're not. And this is another discussion. Today we're going to talk about Galileo Galilei, which is funny that his name was like that, Galileo Galilei. Really, his parents were really mean to him because his last name was Galilei and they named his first name Galileo. What the crap? Anyways, today's February 15th, 2017. Wednesday, also known as Hump Day! Hump Day! Okay, today we're going to talk about Galileo, question mark. Galileo Galilei was a astronomer who lived in the Middle Ages, okay? He was born in 1564, on February 15th, 1564. February 15th, that's today. 1564. This would be his birthday, and he'd be really, really dead! He'd be dope. If he's alive, he'd be really, really dead. Because there's no way. And if he was that old, man, he'd be really, really old. Because if you're born in 1564, and this is 19... Wait, 19? I was going to say it's 1917. Boy, I travel back in time, guys, gals, whatever else you are. I'm in 1917. No, it's 2017, okay? Let's say 1564 to 2017 is a while. That's quite some time. And if you're that old, I'm pretty sure you'd be dead. You know, pretty sure after like 100 years maybe or less. Because no one lives more than 100 years except stubborn people that refuse to die. If you're over 100 years old, why? I mean, if I turn 100 years old and I still don't see flying cars or super technology that will keep me young looking, you know, I don't want to look like no old prune head with the muscle body. You know, like Jack LaLanne, he was muscular, but his head was all shriveled up like a prune or something. That's what I'm turning into. I got muscles, buff body, and my head's starting to look like an old prune. I hit the cabinet with my knee when I'm laughing. Because I laugh and I kick things. What was he talking about? Oh, yeah, Galileo Galilei. He was an astronomer who lived in the Middle Ages, like 1600s. He was born in 1564. And then in the 1500s and the early 1600s, I think he died in the early 1600s. But anyways, he was a scientist and astronomer. And he discovered Jupiter wasn't just a star, it was a planet. And he also discovered 4 of Jupiter's moons. This one, Meeny, Miny, Mo, and Jack. Meeny, Miny, Mo, and Jack! No, I don't know what the names. I don't know what the names. I should have got my button book. What was it called? I should have got my what is that called? Almanac. I should have got my almanac and looked up Galileo Galilei because I don't remember which moons that he discovered because Jupiter has so many moons. It's got dozens of moons, but he discovered Galileo Galilei discovered good old Galileo Galilei discovered 4 of them, and I'm just going to call them Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, or Minnie, Manny, Mac, and Jack, Mighty Mac. I don't know. Who cares? Maybe Donkey knows. Where's Donkey? Donkey! Do you know the 4 moons of Jupiter that Galileo Galilei discovered? You look like you're ignoring me. Why are you doing that? Okay, bye. Apparently he doesn't know. Or she doesn't know. Want to say something? Okay, go ahead. I don't know anything about planets, you dummy. I'm a donkey. I don't do that. I can't read. I don't have books. I eat hay all day long and oats. Ooh, I love oats. I love oats. Okay, I got that. Apparently, donkeys don't know anything about the 4. I think one was Titan, or I don't remember if it was Titan or Triton. And one was Gillespie. No, that was a horn player in there. Don't know. Like I said, Minnie, Mo, and Jack, and Daniel. I don't know. Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. I don't know what he called them. He called them. I think he named them. He named the 4 moons because no one else knew about these beforehand. he noticed that these little dots were going around that one dot. He called one dot Jupiter because there he named it after one of the gods of the Greeks. Because in Roman. Oh, in Roman, Jupiter was the head of the gods in Latin, Jupiter, and in that's it in English. It's Jupiter. Actually, it was pronounced Eupater, which means Skyfather or something. And in Greek is Zeus, which also is short for Skyfather. Yeah. It's also where Spanish gets the word Dios, which means God. It came originally from something Dios, which means Skyfather. Pater, yeah, Dios Pater, or Dios Pater. Anyways, that became Jupiter, which the Pater part of Jupiter means father, and the Jew part, which is the Ju, which is you, was originally Deu, which means God, or sky. Actually came from the word sky. So word God, their word for God, not our word for God, like Dios and Zeus and whatever, it came from the word for sky, and then they added Pater. Zeus used to be Zeus Pater, but it's short. I don't care. So no one cares. Why am I explaining it to you? Okay. Anyways, Zeus is the Greek form of the word, and but in Latin they named it Jupiter, which is the king of, because it's the biggest planet they saw in the sky. They realized it was big after a while. But anyways, he discovered Galileo discovered 4 of the moons, and he named them, I think. And I think one was Titan. I'm not sure, and maybe one was Callisto and Roger, and the other one was Rabbit. No, I don't know. I'm guessing. I don't know what they were. Oh, one was Aphrodite. Almighty! And George. Bob! Edgar, George, Aphrodite! Almighty! No, I don't remember. I don't care. I should have really got my almanac and really studied this, but I was just going to talk about Galileo. I'm not going to talk about what he discovered. He discovered that some stars weren't really stars. He called them planets or planetas, which meant the wanderers in Latin, I think, or whatever, or Greek. I don't remember which language he borrowed from. He spoke Latin and Greek. So anyways, he named them planetas, means wanderers, which means because they moved around the sky instead of the stars, which stayed in one place and went in a circle around the North Star. They kind of spin like this because of the Earth. So they used to think the stars went around the North Star. They kind of spin, but actually they're just moving around because the Earth's moving around the sun, and the sun's moving actually slowly. But anyways, the wanderers, or the planets, moved in circles forward and backward in all kinds of crazy way. And the Catholic Church used to think that the planets went around the Earth, but later on, before Galileo, it was what's his face? What's his face? Oh, Copernicus! Copernicus said that the sun was the center of the universe, and that the planets went around the sun, the Earth went around the sun, and the moon was the only planet that went around the sun. And of course, the Catholic Church said, "No, you're wrong. Blasphemy! The Bible says the Earth is the center of the universe." But that meant creation. It didn't mean, because he put humans in his image on Earth, that's why it's the center of the universe. It didn't mean literally everything went around it. No. And Copernicus says, that's not what it meant. Anyhow, and Galileo believed that too. Galileo Galilei believed the same thing. So he, based on that, figured that if these wanderers were like Earth, with the moon going around it, then maybe they have moons. And so he proved his point, that Jupiter had at least four moons, which means the other planets might have moons around them, which later on they found out it was true. Mars had two little moons. It actually turned out to be asteroids floating around. Oh, I don't know what they're called. Phobos and Deimos or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, something like that. How do I know the names of the moons for Mars? It's like I was there. It's like a reality in the dream. Oh yeah, today I went to the psych doctor with a psychologist, not a psychiatrist, because I seen a psychologist like 10 years ago, and I see another one this year because they wanted to see if anything changed, but he said nothing changed. Anyways, he didn't know why they would cut me off a check, because he said that was a mistake, because I was supposed to be permanently disabled, because I've been like this most of my life. Look, magic. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, I've been hearing voices for a long time, but that has nothing to do with anything else. What was it? Oh, yeah, anxiety. He said that I should see a psychiatrist, which is different. Psychiatrists, they give you medicine, they diagnose you, and then they give you medicine for it. But a psychologist just just writes down whatever is wrong with you. Whatever. He doesn't give a diagnosis. So I was asking the difference between psychologists. It's like I just call both of them psych doctors because I don't flipping know. And I've never seen a psychiatrist, but my regular doctor wanted me to see a psychiatrist because he wants me to get anxiety pills because I freak out sometimes in public. My brother says, panic, you have a panic attack. Anyways, yeah, it's kind of like that where it feels like everything's coming across. Whoa, what are you doing? Okay, I can see that. No, stop dancing. I'm being serious. So he said maybe I need something for that. But he said some of the anxiety pills are addictive, so maybe something low dose Valium or something would help me with that. But he said to go to a psychiatrist, get diagnosed, and see what they say. But he said they doubt they have any medicine for imaginary friends or not friends. They're not really my friends. Imaginary voices and crap like that. Anyway, it was just a regular evaluation to see if anything changed, if I got worse or not, if it was the same. Because he figured everything would be the same. It was 10 years ago. I didn't know it was like 10 years ago. I've been having disability payments for 10 years. They said I got disability in 2006 or something like that. Like, what? I don't even remember. I guess it was 2006. That was the last time I seen a psychologist. So a psychologist, that's just, but he keeps saying, first the doctor said, go see a psychiatrist. And then the psychologist that I just now talked to said that basically everything I told him was the same as I told the other psychologist 10 years ago. So things haven't changed that much. And then he says, you should see a psychiatrist, get diagnosed, and see if they have any medication for it. But he says, in my case, it might be all right if I don't take medicine because I seem to be okay with things because I've been so used to, whatever is going on in my head for all these years that I could most of the time tell the difference between reality and fantasy. Ah! Just kidding. Most of the time I could tell the difference between real and fake. Like the truth and politics. What's politics? Because politics have nothing to do with because see, Donald Trump, the president of the United States right now, is not a politician. That's why politicians hate him. Republicans don't like him. The Democrats don't like him. And he's supposed to be a Republican, but I think he just used the Republicans because he's a businessman. He used the Republicans because that's the art of the deal. That's his book. He called the book called The Art of the Deal, where he figured out how to negotiate a way to become president by massaging one of the parties. Massaging one of the parties, by negotiating with one of the political parties, and he decided Republican because that was the way he thought at that time. He used to be a Democrat, but then he decided to become a Republican, and then so he's really just a big businessman. Just like me, if I became president, I was like, yeah, sure, I'll be. I don't know what party I would join. I wouldn't join the Republicans or other Democrats unless the Republicans start following what Lincoln stood for. Lincoln, Republican, okay, conservative Lincoln Republican. That's or a Democrat that follows what Kennedy did, cutting taxes and fixing the infrastructure. If you can combine the two, you have super politician, which would be a businessman. He would fix the infrastructure. He'd take care of the environment. Forget about that stupid pipeline because we could get renewable energy, which sounds like a Democratic idea. And we put America first, which sounds like a Republican idea. Because see, if a Republic is too strong, it becomes empire, and the Republican president becomes like a dictator, because that's what happened to the Roman Republic. It became an empire and then a republic, and then it fell apart. Yeah, we have a republic, but we have a democratic election, so that keeps the president from becoming a dictator, and that's why we have Democrats and Republicans working together. But if too much democracy separates into little states, so you have little C-states, because when Greece and Rome were democracies, they were little city democracies that worked together, but separately. So each state was equal, but they didn't have a federal government. So if someone attacked them, they could conquer each city one at a time and then destroy them instead of having a unified army. You know what I mean? So that's why we have a federal to protect the whole country, and then the states decide what happens within their territories. But if the states become too strong, they will separate and become their own countries. And if the federal government becomes too strong, the president becomes a dictator. So they balance each other out. That's what Lincoln figured out. Lincoln said he's going to forgive the South, which is mostly Democrats, and the Unionists, which were mostly Republicans. The two parties worked together, and he said that if a republic got too strong, it become an empire, and if it become too much like a democracy, it become a federation or loosely Confederate place, or whatever. I just bored myself with politics. I hate that. History, you know what I mean? because if you look at the Roman Empire, it started out democratic states, city-states, then it became a republic, then it became an empire, then a republic, and then it kept going back and forth, and then it fell apart into different countries because they couldn't stay together because the common language, Latin, split up into different dialects, which became different languages, and they became different ethnic groups. And to try to force multi-ethnic, multi-language people together won't work. That's why the United States speaks mostly English, and we have American culture. American culture is a combination of all those cultures. All those cultures from our immigrants came together legally, and they mashed into whatever we call American culture, which is kind of mixed. And then English is a combination of all these languages that we suck up all these words from different languages, but we combine it into English, And then, so we have one common language, one common culture, and then everybody gets assimilated. It doesn't matter what color you are, as long as you speak the same language or the same culture, you're all right. But if you start separating yourself into different cultures, different languages, eventually you're going to form your own state. You know what I mean? Like if one state starts speaking, say Spanish more than they do English, then suddenly that state will break off and become a country, because that's what usually happens. It happened in the Soviet Union. Those countries that the Russians took over, they tried to put Russians there, at least 50% of the population, so that they stay Russian and teach everybody Russian, and then they were united by the Russian language. But it didn't, because those people stayed their separate identities with their separate languages, separate cultures, and separate religions, because a lot of them were Muslims and some were Christian. And the Russians at the time were communists, so it didn't work. That's why they broke up into the different countries that used to be part of the Soviet Union. And there's your history. And it has nothing to do with Galileo. That's why I'm putting Galileo question mark. But Galileo, see, at the time he thought that Earth should be united because God ruled the world, and he should be the only leader, and that everyone should be speaking Latin, because Latin was a common language throughout Europe at the time. Even though it wasn't spoken the same, it was written down, and you could read and write to anybody, because everybody was required to speak Latin. But anyways, he was considered a heretic, so he was kept under lock and key or door, whatever you call it, I don't know what, by the Catholic Church. But they let him printed books out, and as long as it didn't contradict the church. And they always said, oh no, but we don't think the sun's the center of the universe, but we'll let you print your books. The earth is round, really? Who said that? Even though the Bible said it, and even the Greeks, like thousands of years ago, said that the earth was round. Only a few people thought that the earth was flat. Mostly people that didn't like traveling. They thought that if you pass the ocean, you go crash into, I don't know what the flip they thought. But a lot of people thought the earth was round, but they weren't the ones in charge. You know what I mean? Because just because someone's a king or leader of you doesn't mean they went to school. And that, my friends, is Galileo, question mark. Something about me going to psychologist and then blabbing about politics and the history of whatever. I don't know what. See, this is why I can't keep up with anything. Because people try to keep up with me. I mean, they get whiplash because I keep switching the subjects. Well, let's get down to Galileo. Let's sing Galileo. Galileo. Galileo Galilei was a man who was born in 1564 on February 15th. Now it's February 15th, 2017, and he's long dead. But because of him, we know that Jupiter had moons and that they were planets like Earth and they weren't stars, and that the Earth did go around the sun because of him and Copernicus before him said so. Copernicus said that in the 1400s, I think it was. I don't know. Anyways, you got to look it up. Just Google it. Copernicus! I don't know how you spell that. Just ask Siri. Siri! Or Google. Google or Amazon or whatever you talk to and say, you press that little mic and say, hey, how do you spell Copernicus? And tell me about Copernicus. And the thing will say, Siri, I have Siri on my iPod, and it says, I say, Siri, and then I'll, tell me about Copernicus, and it'll tell me, that's how, nowadays people can be stupid and just Google something or ask Siri, right? Yeah, that's how I'm super smart, because all I do is Google it. Just kidding, I don't use a computer. I eat oats and hay. I'm a donkey. Get on my face. I'm a donkey. Hey. Oh, excuse me, am I in your way? Yes, you are. And he's gone. Or she. Anyways, that's my story of Galileo. And as far as I know, I get disability for the rest of my life because I am completely not normal. I don't even know what that means. I know most people don't. I don't even know what normal is. It depends on who's determining normal. I could say if I was normal, everybody else is not normal. I mean, most people are, anyways. I mean, and a lot of people might hear things or see things and they don't even mention it, because if you do, you usually get put in a nuts house. You know what I mean? That's why I don't say anything about it. Yeah, I could be pretending, but if this is some act, boy, I should get a Grammy. A Grammy? That's for singing. An Oscar! Oscar! Dumb. See how confused I am. It's after 20 minutes. Sorry for blabbing, because I'm so hyperactive, because I don't like going to a psychologist to talk about whatever's wrong with me, or get evaluated. Oh my God. I get evaluated bad enough by YouTube, and I only got 133 subscribers. Or I did before. I don't know. I keep looking at these 130, between 130 and 133. They keep coming and going. I don't know if YouTube's unsubscribing from me, because I look at some people I subscribe to, and then later on, I'm not subscribed to them anymore. And I didn't unsubscribe to you. YouTube did that. I think there's a glitch making me unsubscribe to some people, and then I have to resubscribe to them again. So if you get a notice that I'm subscribing to you over and over again, it's not my fault. It's a glitch on YouTube. Anyways, if you see down here, there's information about my channels. If you have the desktop version, the computer version of YouTube, there's my channels. Mr. Review, my iPod vlog channel, Garrison's Random Stuff channel, Emo Warrior Garrison channel, and my puppet channel, Garrison Jr. Okay? And if you want to know more about me, look under About, or check out channels, featured channels, or look under playlists and see all the videos. You can choose whatever video you want to watch. If you don't want to watch this, you can always fast forward to the end. Just kidding. I'm Garrison, and you're not. And this is Doggy. And we say goodbye! Goodbye! See you next time for my 2017 vlog number 2 on my Galaxy Tab A. And we're going to talk about George Washington. Yeah, next week. Because George Washington was born on February 22nd, 1732. 1732! Yeah, we're going to talk about George Washington and how he was the first president of the independent United States of America. And the difference between him and other people nowadays. Boy, but don't ramble on about that. Ha ha ha. It's over 22 minutes. This might be the longest video I've made so far. I don't know. You tell me. I gotta go. Anyways, bye!